How I almost poked my eye out. Jeez Louise. How are y'all doing? It's Aaron. How are y'all doing? It's Aaron Alaniz, CEO and founder of Basics. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about why you should stop comparing yourself to other people if you really want to maximize your full potential. Check it out. Alright guys, so let's dive right in. But before we do that and we talk about what we're going to be talking about today, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel for new videos every single week on fitness, nutrition, and self-improvement for men, because that's what we're doing here at Basics. Okay, so again, let me go ahead and dive into today's topic, because recently this has been something that God, because you all know me, I'm doing my thing. Am I perfect? No, but I do my best to work towards that every single day, right? But I've had this calling on my heart to share with you all a little bit. As you all see, I'm here in Houston. This is a hotel room that I've been kind of living in for the last little minute. Last 8 days on and off. I went to go stay with some family for a little bit, which was fun. But to get back to earth, right? I pulled up here to Houston to go to Alphaland, meet up some buddies, and to shoot some content, right? So I got a ton of content. You all are going to see it coming out. Maybe not very chronologically, but you all will see some content moving forward, right? But in short, man, I came here to Houston, right? Pulled up to Alphaland the first day, and I walking in, kind of like, I'm Aaron Alaniz from the Rio Grande Valley. Y'all know me, but no one knew me, right? Because you pull up, and I'm pulling up in the parking lot. It's pretty much the place here for guys that are doing what I'm doing, right? And I pulled up to Alphaland, and I was realizing that I'm not the biggest here, I'm not the richest here, I don't have the most status here. And then I was trying to figure out, okay, because the thing is, for me, I'm always telling people, hey, I'm going to be on top of this game, not from like taking things away from people, but just creating something of a monumental stature one day when time catches up to where I see myself in my head, right? And the thing is that I pulled up here, really seeing how I fit in, and the first day I didn't feel like I belonged. It was a weird little thing, because it was like, I felt how Michael Jordan must have felt back in the day when he went from playing for North Carolina to stepping on the NBA, whatever kind of thing, right? The NBA practice squad or whatever. And once that happened, I had to sit down with myself and say, man, if you really want to do this, how are you going to do it? And like, what am I going to bring to the game that's different? And when I was having this frame of mind, it kept bringing up moments from when I was younger, when I used to wrestle. I used to see cats that would have been wrestling for years. It's like, how am I going to beat these guys? And I was just always comparing myself to people. And then I was thinking about football. I wasn't playing football for a long time. How am I going to beat these cats that have been playing since they were younger? I was thinking about when I was making music back in the day. People that had just these miraculous voices and could do all these vibrato things or whatever. Or soprano, whatever, what I mean? That's the reason I'm not making music right now. I had to start thinking, okay, well, how did you conquer those battles? Because I'm a big believer in looking at how you overcame certain battles in the past, or how other people overcame certain battles in the past, and try to replicate that, because history typically repeats itself, right? I found that one thing that's always happened for myself and other people that I looked at was this one similar thing. Now, Drake is someone that I look up to a lot, guys. He was someone who was an underdog, became the top dog in his space, and he's been crushing it since then. When he got signed to Lil Wayne, right, the story that I remember at least is that when Drake got signed to Lil Wayne, he had wanted to start rapping like Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne sat him down and said, no, just do you, just be yourself. And for me, I was like, oh, when I remember that story, Drake just did him. He didn't try to be the next Lil Wayne. He didn't try to be the next Jay-Z. He just stuck to his lane and just did his thing. He even has that line in, I believe, 4 p.m. in Calabasas. Pac never tried to be like Mike, and Mike never tried to be like Pac. Those are my dad's words to me when I asked him how to make it in life, and something about my mother gave the greatest advice. So, you know what I mean? So it's understanding to stick to your lane was very important. So I realized, oh, okay, so then what do people know me for? What do people know me as? It was just me being me. Because even when I've been bigger, even when I've been this, even when I've been that, it's always been more personality driven for me. So then I was like, oh, okay, so the way I'm going to do this is just by being myself, which is a beautiful thing, because that's an intangible thing for me to hold on to, that regardless of the season of the year, regardless of this, regardless of that, everything else is just going to be extra. All in all, though, this is how you can stop comparing yourself to other people. So first and foremost, you got to understand your strengths and your weaknesses. For me, I know how to speak on camera. I know how to relate with people very well, and I know how to coach people. I'm a personal trainer, nutrition coach. I can get people incredible results when I'm working with them one-on-one directly, right? My weaknesses are things that you all will not know about. Because when you can know yourself, you can then start playing games that you can start winning in, right? Because if I'm playing the shredded game, I can do that for a month or two. But there's people out here that are willing to go miles and miles above me in that realm, and they have to be shredded year round. Otherwise, people won't follow them, right? For me, I don't gotta do that. Had a whole bunch of popcorn earlier. Not crazy. I'm still a health coach. It's not like I'm not leading by example. It's just I'm a human being just like you all. And I think being an active person is a lifestyle choice more so than anything else. You know what I mean? So I'm always gonna be healthy. It's just I don't gotta be shredded year round, and that's such a blessing. You know what I mean? Secondly, is you want to start figuring out ways that you can win in your own race, given your own strengths and given your own weaknesses. So say for example, there's so many people out there that are wanting to be the next this person or the next that person or the next whatever. But you have to understand that what typically got them to that point was them looking in the mirror and saying, this is who I am, and let me just kind of turn up the volume on my character. You know, there's this video that I'll tag above that one of my friends sent me from a business perspective, right? He said there's so many people wanting to be the next Sam Ovens or the next Tai Lopez or the next Grant Cardone or the next Russell Brunson if you all are in the online business space. And they're not wanting to be the first them, or they're not wanting to understand that you can even model people like yourself in other realms, kind of thing. So you have to understand that if you really want to win in general, you gotta just be yourself. You know, you have to define yourself at one point before other people define you. And I've really resonated with that line that Jay-Z has. You can try to change, but that's just the top layer. Man, you are who you was when you got here. And that's just like a line that just resonates with me so much, because you can't change who you are. A lot of people try to glow up this, glow up that. I'm a firm believer that a true transformation is you just revealing yourself to the world and you unlearning what you thought you were previously. And as you expand into this new version of yourself as a man in general, people are going to say, they're going to say you changed so much, when really you're just becoming more yourself. You know, every time I've made new strides in my life, my friends are saying, always telling me, finally, not who is this version of yourself that you're trying to be. People can always, in my life, have always been able to tell when I'm being something I'm not. But whenever I'm truly seeing those life-changing expansions as a person, they're like, finally you're being yourself, man. I love to see it. So that's really what this whole game is about, guys, just being yourself. And last is giving yourself some grace, man. So many times we will look at our weaknesses and we will forget what we are good at in the process. When you are so focused on your weaknesses instead of your strengths, you are going to forget what makes you great in the first place. You know, if Michael Jordan was always focused on his ability to play baseball or even play football or anything else that he wanted to do without understanding that basketball was his thing, would we really have Michael Jordan? You know what I mean? And I think it's very important for you to understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses, and do everything you can to either delegate or strengthen the weaknesses that are hindering you, or just eliminate them as a whole, and then just focus on your strengths. So just understanding those three pillars, guys. You know, I know I rambled quite a bit on this video. I just wanted to make sure that I'm still feeding you all some content, some inspiration, some mindset motivation, and just some other things before we start pumping out pieces of content. And I love myself. And I think as long as you can do that in business, be a good dude and be good at what you do, things will typically work out, you know. So I just love doing what I'm doing. So y'all just stay posted with what we're doing. Looking at my computer screen right now, I was listening to some Greg Plitt motivation. Let me see if I can put this down here. But a year from now, man, life's gonna be crazy. Life's gonna be crazy. I was talking to my buddy Matt about this, and I'm just excited, man. So again, thank you all for watching this video. Love you all very much. We got a whole bunch of cool stuff on the way. Let's continue pushing forward. We got quite the journey ahead of us. So hop on the train now before it's too late. And I traded in for a bandwagon, baby. Woo! That's a slick one, huh? So love y'all very much. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel for new videos every single week. If you want coaching, I'd be happy to help you out with fitness and nutrition. There's some links here with me having student success stories with some of our guys around the nation and the world. Free 15-minute call. We'll see if I have you qualified to work one-on-one with me and my team, my growing team. And we'll go from there. But again, if no one's told you in a minute, I'll tell you right now, it's time to get it together, man. See ya.